Welcome to 2-Minute Reports Quick Overview session. I would like to show you how to create an automated report like this for your product in Google Sheets. This example report tracks daily product sales, purchase behavior, website traffic, website speed, and revenue from Google Ads, all for a rolling 7-day period. I will also show you how to schedule this report over a recurring email. This is a great way to monitor your product performance right within your inbox. Let's start with a blank sheet with a list of the metrics that we want to track for our project. Starting with a list of metrics to track at the start makes it easier as we proceed. In this demo, we will use makepassportphoto.com as an example. It is a simple web app to make digital and print photos for passport or visa needs. We need to pull some raw data for us to create these charts and metrics. Let's add the required data sources. The first two sales metrics can be pulled from the MySQL database that makepassportphoto.com uses. The last three metrics are from Google Analytics. Open 2-Minute Reports and go to the Data Sources section to add our data sources. First, let's add the MySQL database required to create our first two metrics and charts. Let's name our data source to something that we can remember easily. Select MySQL from Data Source Type drop-down. Once we fill in all the details of the connection in this form, we can test and save our new data source. I would skip this for now as I've already added the MySQL database. We can add a new Google Analytics data source by selecting Google Analytics from the Data Source drop-down. Click on the Google Sign In button and authorize the correct Google account which holds the required website data. We have now successfully added our data sources. Let's get to the Data Queries section to pull in our required data. Queries let us define the data that we want to pull from our data sources. We can now add our queries and create the required charts for our report. Let's go through one example query. The fetched data is now saved in Daily Sales Raw spreadsheet. We can now use this raw data to create our sales charts. Once a query is added, we can save it so that we can rerun the query multiple times and fetch new data automatically. Let's start by creating our first metric, daily sales quantity. We will use a pivot table to select a required subset of data from our raw data. Select the columns and rows we need. Quick tip: Sheets can easily group dates in a pivot table. Right-click and select Create Pivot Data Group. Then select year, month, day as we need to show our data day-wise. Let's now create a charts by going to Insert menu and selecting the Chart button. We can modify the chart type, customize the titles, access labels and colors of the chart as per our needs by using the chart editor. To keep our spreadsheets clean, we will keep each of a chart and its data in separate spreadsheets. This makes it easier to maintain our reports in the long term. We will copy our new chart and paste it in the main spreadsheet where we want to create our email report. The same way, we will create all other charts and bring them to the main spreadsheet. Now that we have added all the charts to the report sheet, we can format the look and feel of the sheet to look more professional and pleasing to our eyes. Once the formatting is complete, we can preview our report by clicking File, Print and selecting the portrait mode. See if everything is okay. More importantly, check if there are any extra columns and rows in the report. If you find any, please remove them. Let's rename our report sheet to Report and go to Schedule Reports. We can now add our new schedule. Let's name it Daily Summary, as it's pretty much an overview of the app performance that we want to look up daily. I want to have a look at this report every morning, so I will schedule this at around 6 a.m. Google will email this report at any time between 6 and 7 a.m. in a selected time zone. I will also add the recipients in the email section. We have now successfully created a recurring email report. The recipients will get the report with updated data every day at 6 a.m. We could test the email report by pressing the email icon, which will email the report for our testing purposes. Here we can see that our email has been received successfully. Thank you for watching. Now create your own reports and share your feedback with us.